Good day and welcome to Poole and the walkthrough of the boat we have here in Poole, Themis, a Beneteau 40cc. She is a very lovely example of this very popular boat. She was built in 2001. The model started being built in 1995 and was completed in 2002. So she was one of the last to be made. 291 of these boats were sold in total, so it was a very popular make. The reason it was so popular, hopefully, will be obvious as I take you around the boat. Without more ado then, we'll start on the outside and then go down below. So here she is, navy blue hull and teak decking, but not on the superstructure, which is probably a good thing. Nice big anchor and lots of chain for the anchor. Hull's in pretty good condition, could do probably with a little bit of a polish, as most blue hulls could do from time to time, but she'd look lovely polished up. An interesting setup on the rig there. You've got the extra staysail, furling staysail, and there's the furling genoa. Moving along, you can see the condition of the teak, which is, considering it's 19 years old, I think is in very good condition. The caulking is all there, and there's no lifting of the teak whatsoever. Could do with a little bit of a scrub up, but that green would very quickly go. Just having a look up the mast, there's the in-mast furling, very, very useful to have. This boat is essentially a almost single-handed boat, really. Everything leads back to the cockpit. All the ropes and all the halyards are in the cockpit. And this is one of the things that makes the 40cc so unique. It's virtually single-handed sailing. Very much solidly built and built for blue water sailing. You've got a solid spray hood here, which makes a difference, and it's in excellent condition. Moving aftwards, you can see the vast aft deck. At the moment it's covered with the dinghy, which incidentally the owner has supplied new, and it's included in the price, and a 4-stroke outboard here. The davits he had fitted, and with those davits in place, of course, you've got the dinghy can be hanged from there, and so you release the vast deck that is there. We have at the rear, at the aft, a port locker here in the aft, and also on the starboard a similar size large storage locker. I will now go on board and take you through the boat and onto the cockpit. So here's the aft cockpit. Here's the cockpit. Single wheel steering. All the winches you can see are all accessible from the cockpit. The very secure cockpit. This is the whole point of the 40cc. Secure sailing and a solidity of build which really is unequalled now in more modern boats. Here is the nav equipment, which, to be dreadfully honest, is probably due for an upgrade, because they're the original nav equipment that came with the boat. It all works fine, but might be worth an upgrade. There is a complete cockpit enclosure that comes with it that is virtually brand new, that goes all the way around the cockpit, and secure. This spray hood here could probably do with renewal, as the window is a little bit frosty over time, so it does need a little bit of an upgrade there. But you can see though, the teak in the cockpit is in excellent condition. Finally, before we go down below, I'll just take you to the aft so you can see the bathing platform and large, very long bathing ladder with the davits there on the left, or on the starboard, I should say, and the port, and a decent size bathing ladder. Now we'll go down below. So overall, there's very much solidity of build is what this is all about. So I pan round the saloon so you've got some idea of the way she's been built. A television, a working television that's there, and then the companionway steps that we've just come down, and then a wonderful longitudinal galley with lots of bracing positions for underway cooking. Looking at here, you've got a single, this U-shaped sofa turns into a single berth, and then you have a double berth visitor's cabin just through there, and then I'll take you back to the pièce de résistance, the owner's cabin, in a minute. You can see we have a proper forward-facing nav station. Hurrah! You can't get that in modern boats now, but proper nav station with a chart table and everything. So lovely to see that. The equipment probably is a little bit old and needs updating, as you can see. In the galley, we have a single, a double hob and an oven. We have a double sink, and through there we have a double fridge unit. Nice big double fridge unit with a little bit of a freezer as well. And some free crunchy nut cornflakes. There's the other fridge unit. And then as we move around, we have the microwave oven, and then lots of drawers for storage. This boat's definitely not lacking in the storage department. Loads of storage room. I'm told that this is the original Beneteau cutlery, so I believe that. And more storage containers here. We'll go into the owner's cabin in a minute. But first, I'll just take you to back to the companionway. The table moves from side to side here, and the reason it moves from one side to the other is to allow access into the companionway. I'll just open the companionway access, and you'll see we have access to the engine. The engine bay, and the engine's in beautiful condition, as you can see. There's a water maker in there to the left, and you can also access this engine bay from the other side, from the owner's cabin side as well. So it's very accessible engine bay, easy to work on an engine. I'll leave the companionway steps open for the moment, and when we come back I'll show you why. Forward we have the guest cabin. So we step through from the saloon into the guest cabin, and we're looking at the double sofa here. And in this double cabin we've got plenty of drawers, dinner jacket, cupboards, and panning round, a very large double bed in this forward suite. Forward of this we have a shower room, and inside the shower room we have a shower head, an attachment and sink, panning round to the head unit. Please excuse the equipment that's in here, and at the base of that shower unit is the shower drain. Moving forward then, we now move into the owner's cabin. As I say, the real feature of this boat, the 40cc, has a vast owner's cabin, and you'll see what I mean by vast. It's more like a bedroom than a cabin. Here it is. So I'll just pan round just to show you what sort of size it is. So beautiful side access to this bed, and then access round the end, and side access round the other side as well. Very light and airy room this is, with lots and lots of portholes, and they're all opening portholes as well. Of course, once the dinghy is out on the davits, that won't be blocking that porthole, and that's able to let more light and air in as well. Finally, we'll look at the ensuite here, and again a very, very useful ensuite here. There's the shower head attachment with a button for controlling the water flow, and down below is the shower drain unit, and the head is there to the right. Nice and light and airy again, with lots of hatches and portholes. Here we've got the vanity unit. Returning back to the owner's cabin, we have the vanity unit here, and what I love particularly is the access to the engine bay, and this is what I was mentioning earlier. You can see through to the end so very nice access to the other end of the engine. Closing that up and walking now back. Just to have a look though, there's lots of cabinets, storage cabinets in this owner's cabin, and another one on the other side, and storage cabinets there and there the other side. Coming back now through the galley, walking down the galley, and back to the saloon. So before we leave the inside and just finish off on the outside, I just wanted to show you the condition of the bilges, because it's very instructive. These I talked about one of the features of this lovely boat is the solidity of the build. Very old school solidity, And you'll see when I take off this little hatch and you look at the thickness of the ply that's been used, this is not a skimpily made boat. It's a very solid, well made boat. Away with the hatches, and you'll see the condition of the keel bolts, the main keel bolts, excellent, lovely dry bilges. And further forward here, slide that forward, and again, lovely dry bilges, great main keel bolts, and the only thing that probably might need replacing is that minor keel bolt there. Bit of corrosion on there, but only a small job to replace it. That's that done from the inside. Now let's just go and walk back outside and finish off at the forward, because there's a few things I'd like to show you up there. Again, as I've said always before about this boat, it's the solidity of the build that really stands out on her. And one of the things I really like about this boat, lovely external windlass here. External is good because it means nothing getting trapped. You can see how sturdy it is. See that sturdy chain and anchor. And then one thing I like here is in the anchor locker, you'll see we have the foot controls for the windlass, which I love. It means that you can stand up, control the windlass with your feet. It seems a very good idea, really. So that just about sums up this tour of Themis, the Beneteau 40cc. I did start the tour by telling you how popular she was, and hoping by the end of this walkthrough that you would understand why she was so popular and why the 40cc has sold so many. Hopefully you can understand now why that is. In terms of pricing, we've priced her to the top end of where these boats sell, but I think you'll agree with me, she is in excellent condition, and I would maintain that she is probably one of the best examples of the 40cc's around, and so therefore she's priced accordingly. Thank you very much indeed for your time, and please call me at any time if you wished to book a viewing.